Okay, good morning. What we're going to look at today is when we have aggregate supply and demand in a recession, which we'll draw like this. Remember, we have long run, aggregate supply is vertical. And then if we're in a recession, this is where we can produce at full employment. How much in the long run can we make? However, this economy is producing less than we could at full employment. Therefore, it's in a recession. Don't forget to label price level, real GDP. Okay, and then this is our current output level. So short run aggregate supply is going to be vertical, aggregate demand, not vertical, upward sloping, and then aggregate demand is going to be downward sloping. So what we're looking at now is a increase in our productivity, which means we get better at making it. Our input costs, that's labor and materials, so possibly in a recession wages will go down because unemployed workers are going to seek jobs. They might take a pay cut, so that means prices are flexible, are downwardly flexible. Okay, and you'll see that in some of your notes today. So inflationary expectations, if businesses have to plan for prices in the future, so if they expect prices to be higher and they're going to sell more stuff at more prices, might as well go ahead and start making more items. So if they expect prices to drop, then it would have the reverse effect. Okay. Also, if the government all of a sudden releases some or takes away some restrictions, say some fees and drilling for oil, takes regulations away, that actually can increase supply because your costs would go down. Or if the government changes taxes on businesses, those are suppliers. So if I'm a supplier, my taxes go down, I have more money for wages and material, so then I can make more stuff. So we're going to take this short run aggregate supply, we're going to shift it to the right to where it crosses aggregate demand at full employment, and that's going to show us getting out of a recession. So now I got to have an arrow shifting from short run supply to short run supply 1, or sometimes the FRQs would ask you to draw it as Y0 or Y2, whatever they say, just make sure you label that way. Okay. So now let's look what happened to prices. So we have the same amount of demand, that did not change. However, with our new supply curve, we have more stuff and the same amount of demand. That's going to drop prices in the short run. Okay, long run things will change, whatever. But GDP, this is also our output, or how much GDP we're making. So we're making only this much because we were in a recession. Not everyone was working. Now, because of lower wages, input costs, whatever changes, okay, we can increase this and get out of this recession.